morning, all students. Good morning, all students.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Now, first of all, I am asking to you that we already completed chapter 11, construction. So, if you are having any problem in chapter 11, then ask our third case. Understand that how we construct an angle, a triangle, if its parameter and base angles are given to you, then how we will construct. Now, shall we start today revision of your chapter 14? That is statics, okay? And in chapter 10 circles, we already discussed some basic question. And for your examination, students, I already told to you that you will do preparation from the book in which MCQs are given to you, in which fill in the blanks are given to you, question based on their concept are given to you. That you will do practice. Now in chapter 14, statics. In chapter 14, statics, we will discuss the first of all how we will represent the data in the form of frequency distribution table. How we will represent. Then after, what is the meaning of range, how we will finding out the class mark, how we will understand the basic concept of the class interval. Then after, how we will represent the given information in the form of graphical method. Then at last, what are the central tendencies. So in central tendencies, we will discuss about the mean, mode and their median. That is all about of chapter 14. So first of all, we will discuss the what is the range. So what is the range for the given observation? Range is the difference between the greatest or maximum observation minus minimum observation. That is maximum observation minus minimum observation. For example, students, given to you 2, 3, 9, 12, 30, 35, 50. These numbers are given to you, and question is that what is the range for the given observation. So how we will finding out here range. Range is equals to what is the maximum observation 50 minus what is the minimum observation 2 which will come 48. Understand? So range is the difference of the maximum observation minus minimum observation. Now all you know that how we will represent the given information in the form of frequency distribution table. Easily frequency distribution table में convert कर सकते हो using Telemar. After that we will discuss the concept of class interval. Suppose given to you 30 to 40. So in 30 to 40, that is known as lower class limit. Okay, and that is known as upper class limit. Lower class limit, upper class limit, and that difference 10 is known as the class size. Class size. That is the concept of the class. Now how we will finding out the student's class mark. So which is represented by the xi. So how we will finding out the student class mark, that is upper class limit plus lower class limit is divided by the 2. Upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2, then we obtain the class mark. after that how we will finding out the class and what is the meaning of that one. Suppose given to you 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14. So that class interval is in discontinuous form or that is in inclusive form. So meaning of that is that 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14. In 0 to 4, 0 is also included, 4 is also included, and between all values 0 to 4 are also included. 0 भी include होगा students, 4 भी include होगा, and between 0 and 4 are also included. Same way 5 to 9, 5 is also included, the value which is greater than 5 also included, 9 also included, and value less than 9 also included. But given to you continuous form 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So here the class interval is in continuous form. So for continuous form, meaning is that here between 0 to 10, 0 is also included, 0 greater value is also included, but a value which is lesser than 10 only included. 0 include होगा, 0 से greater include होगा, 10 से lesser values include होगी. Okay. Second 10 to 20, 10 to 20 में क्या होगा, 10 include होगा, 10 से smaller values include होगी, 20 से smaller values include होगी. That is the meaning of a exclusive. Understand? So continuous or discontinuous, if the class interval is given to you discontinuous form, so in discontinuous form their upper limit also included and lower limit also, but in the form of continuous their lower limit is included but upper limit is not included. Upper limit आपकी include नहीं होगी. Understand? Now after that next we will discuss that how we will convert the class discontinuous class interval in the continuous class interval, and if class interval is not equal then how we will make the equal class interval. So to convert discontinuous class interval into continuous class interval, how we will convert? For that some values are given to you. Let A is the observation, then in its value we will subtract h by 2 to A plus h by 2, meaning that is the lower class limit and that is the upper class limit. That is the case A, and what is A here? That is class mark. If class mark is given to you, then first of all that how we will make the class interval. Students आपको class mark given है, then how we will make the class interval. For example given to you that 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. These are the class interval. Then how we will form the class interval? Question is convert it into class interval. आपको class interval में क्या करना है, इसको convert करना. Okay, so how we will convert? First of all here A is 3, first A3. What is the h? A difference 5 minus 3 is 2. Then we will finding out h by 2. 2 by 2 is 1. Now first class interval is a minus h by 2 to a plus h by 2. What is the value of a? 3 minus 1 2 3 plus 1. 3 minus 1 2 2 4. Then second class interval is that a plus, what is the value of a? 5. 5 minus 1 2 5 plus 1, which is equals to 4 to 6. Then similarly, what is the third class interval? Third class interval is 7 minus 1 to 7 plus 1. So 7 minus 1, 6 to 8. So here you form the class interval 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, that all. Understand? So if students, class mark is given to you, then how we will form class interval? Understand students? Any problem? All students understand? The students having any problem? No? Now next is, understand? Having any problem? Problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we will discuss that if class interval is given to you discontinuous, we will move our topic that if class interval is given to you in discontinuous form. Suppose that class interval is given to you, class interval and frequency. One to 9, 10 to 18, 19 to 27, 2, 3, 5. So here students, the class interval is in discontinuous form. First of all 1 to 9, then 10 to 18, then 19 to 27. Class interval is given to in discontinuous form, then how we will convert it into continuous form? So first here, what is the lower class limit of the coming class? 10. What is the upper limit of the previous class? Is 9. Then we will finding our difference. 10 minus 9 is 1. Then difference divided by 2, 1 upon 2, that is 0.5. Firstly, we will finding out the difference of the lower limit of the coming class and upper limit of the previous class, then divide by 2, 0.5. Now that difference we will add in upper class limit and subtract in लोअर क्लास लिमिट. अपर क्लास लिमिट में क्या करना स्टूडेंट्स, आपको डिफरेंस का आप ऐड करना, और लोअर क्लास लिमिट में क्या करना है, सबट्रैक्ट करना है. देन वी फॉर्मिंग हियर न्यू क्लास इंटरवल, दैट इज 1 minus 0.5, 0.5, 2, 9 plus 0.5, 9.5, 2 frequencies. Next 10 minus 0.5, 9.5 to 18.5. 3. Next 18.5 to 27.5, that is 5. Now that class interval is converted into its continuous form or not? Easily convert into continuous form. Why we will do so that, students? Because that we will use in the histogram and frequency polygon. Understand? Any problem? So if students class interval is given to you in discontinuous form, then you can easily convert into continuous form. Now next is the graphical representation of a data. How we will represent the data in the form of graphical manner? Then 3 methods: bar graph, histograph, and next is the frequency polygon. These all three we will use to represent the given information in the form of graph. Next is graphical representation of data. So in graphical representation of data, we can represent in three. First is the bar graph, second is the histograph, and third is the frequency polygon. Bar graph, histograph, and frequency polygon. So students, in bar graph, first in bar graph, the given information is represented in the form of bars. किसमें रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? बार्स में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. And bar is nothing but is in the shape of a rectangular shape. For example, given to you here the goods and here the prices. First is given to you pen, price is 100 rupees. Pencil, price is 150. Book, price is 200. Construct the bar graph. So for constructing the bar graph, 0. On x-axis we will take the goods. On x-axis we will take the goods, and on y-axis we will take the prices. Now starting values from 100, then on graph how we will take scale. So if we will start directly from 100, students, यहाँ पे देखो starting value क्या है? 100 है, 150, 200. So अब यहाँ पे कहाँ से start करें? अगर डायरेक्ट देखो यहाँ से आपने 100 से स्टार्ट किया तो फिर ये क्या बनेगा आपका? 200 फॉर्म होगा 100 200 एंड दैट इज 150. फर्स्ट पेन प्राइस इज 100. सो पेन फर्स्ट ब्लॉक आपको एक ब्लॉक लेफ्ट करना है, देन पेन प्राइस इज 100. ये किसको शो कर रहा है? दैट इज द प्राइस ऑफ द पेन. Then again we will left the one block between them. It is compulsory in bar graph. Then we will left equal space between two bar. Second is that for pencil 150. Pencil के लिए क्या बनाओगे आप? 150. Pencil. And third is for books 200. For books that is 200. Understand? But students, suppose here values are given to you like that. Value is given to you 500, 600 and 700. Then how we will take their values on the graph? So we will start if directly from यहाँ पे 500, then 600, then 700. But here starting reference is 500, then 100, 100. That is wrong. So in that type of question, student, how we will make equal interval? So for that we will draw here the zigzag. Y axis पे क्या बनाओगे? एक zigzag बनाओगे. जिगजैग का मीनिंग क्या है? आपने क्लास इंटरवल है या जो क्लास डिफरेंस लिया है, डिफरेंस ले रहे हो स्केल पे, वो डायरेक्टली कहां से स्टार्ट किया है? 500 से स्टार्ट किया, देन 100, 100. तो इस केस में जो आप स्केल राइट करोगे वो क्या राइट करोगे? ऑन वाई एक्सिस वन बिग ब्लॉक इज इक्वल टू 100 यूनिट्स. अंडरस्टैंड? वन बिग ब्लॉक इज इक्वल टू क्या होगा? 100 यूनिट्स. So students, understand this type of situation. If in question large values are given to you, then how you will take on graph? Then you will start from there and you will represent in the zigzag manner. यहाँ पे स्केल राइट कर दो. स्केल x-axis no need, then only on. y-axis one big block is equals to 100 यूनिट्स और 100 रुपीज. 100 यूनिट्स होगी या फिर क्या होगा आपके 100 रुपीज होगी. एनी प्रॉब्लम स्टूडेंट्स? नो. सो दैट इज द ऑल अबाउट द बार ग्राफ. Because students are having problem in that type of situation. 500, 600, 700. Sir, in that the scale is very large. Then how we will take on graph? So आप वहीं से start कर दो ना जहां से इसकी starting value है, और downward क्या कर दो? zigzag. Z. अब zigzag का meaning क्या है? Its initial value start from 500, not from 0. 0 से start नहीं है. कहां से start है? Value 500 से start. Second is that histogram. What is the difference between a bar graph and a histogram? Histogram is the continuous representation of data in the form of bar. Meaning, if in bar graph we remove that space, ये space क्या कर दिया आपने? remove कर दिया. That convert into continuous form and that is known as the histogram. So how a bar graph is converted into the histogram, students? If the space between bars is become 0, meaning is that bar graph is become continuous, then that is called as the histogram. So now second we will discuss the